All right, here we are live. Serious and Silliness Bodybuilding. This is Anabolic Academy. This is the show where you ask me questions and I answer them. So, how do you reach me? Well, all the spots to reach me is in the description area. You just go down there. But Serious and Silliness Instagram, Facebook, John Livia, TikTok, John Livia, Uncle John 1201 at Gmail, and John_Livia at Yahoo. Now, let's get rid of the sponsors, and then we'll jump right into it. And I should have Lee Priest coming on. We'll see what happens. I just sent him to the link, so he should be coming on. So let's see. Novoxidil, male pattern baldness, any kind of baldness, actually. Novoxidil. Go to www.novoxidil.com. Discount code JOHN. That is NOVAXIDIL. It is in the description. The other one, Beer League Warriors Apparel. Go to beerleaguewarriors.com. Small business. Support small business. Get your workout clothing for Beer League Warriors Apparel. Great shit. Hey, Lee, I just sent you the link. Where else? What else am I looking at here? Okay. Jersey Alternative Medicine. That's right. Also in the link. We'll go in the go in the link. Go to the fucking link. Hit it. And it's anti-aging, anti-everything. Right? And then what's the other fourth one? I don't remember. Oh, right. Okay. Right. It is American Sups. Go to the link. Discount code SAS10. That's all for my bodybuilders in Europe.
Oh, yes.
What's up, Big Bad Lee?
SAS10.
That's right. It's only if you're in Europe or the Middle East.
Speaking of Europe.
I like it. You're a Putin supporter?
Oh, I love him.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Hold on.
You can't hate on people to get shit done.
I know, really. Tell me about it.
The people that don't like him are the ones fucking wearing their diapers and the rainbow flags and blue hair, stuffing fucking tampons up their ass because they think they're bleeding. Those type of people don't like him, so.
I understand. I get it. So what's up, Lee? How you doing? How was the weekend, man?
Wasn't bad. Didn't do much. I sat in Newcastle near the car because I had these protesters on climate change, people blocking the harbour for the coal ships, thinking they're going to save the world.
I know. Tell me about it.
They're just standing there. It's funny because the motorbike cop goes past because there are tons of police presence. I think 170 people arrested, but cop goes past, he waves, comes back, starts talking to me. Then another police vehicle comes past. There you go. In a matter of no time, there's like 10 police talking to me. But when that many police talk to someone covered in tattoos, the general public walking past thinks, oh, they got it. They got it.
Yeah. Speaking of tattoos, I actually stopped by the tattoo shop yesterday because I want to get a couple more tattoos.
Mother?
What?
A love heart with mother in it.
What?
The love heart with mother.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My father had that. From like the 1950s. I swear to God. It was mom and dad with a love heart.
You're going to get the black Jaguar Panther down your arm.
Oh, that's 1995. No. I actually want the, I don't know if you ever saw the image of the Self-Made where the guy is cutting himself out of marble.
No, I remember the cover of Iron Man magazine back in the day, and Brian Buchanan was on the cover cutting himself out of marble. Looked really good. So
how you feeling? Were you sick?
Oh yeah, stomach and that. Yeah.
Well, you've been sick of
eating too much, and
because I spoke to Joe Zapata from straight out of Jersey, and he told me you were sick, but you were sick last time.
Asked me to go on the podcast and that, and wasn't feeling the best. Nothing worse when you sit there and you just want to lay down. It's like,
it's fucking, yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I can't. It's ridiculous. And when I get sick, I get hit like with a ton of bricks. It's unbelievable. I get the flu. I get COVID. I get destroyed. Anyway, so I got a few questions from people, and we'll just go ahead and start answering them because, as everybody knows, this is Anabolic Academy, and me and whoever else is on the show with me, Lee Priest, will be answering the goddamn questions.
That's where you come to learn.
yeah, this place, yeah. All right, so Fran is the man.
Read the comments too, because somebody said last week that they didn't like your bandana or something, didn't they? They said it was shit, or
they said they didn't like my scarf. I was like, it's a bandana.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they said scarf. You better wear it around your neck.
yeah, like Snoopy in as a pilot.
Going back,
right.
Snoopy. Remember Snoopy in the Red Baron song?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. All right. Fran is the man. Since it's Thanksgiving this week, what are you grateful for? Do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving in Australia or no?
No. We probably take a knee with the Native American Indians.
Ah, fuck.
We showed you how to live off the land, and then you got rid of us.
Yeah, I don't know much about Australia.
It's like I say, well, Australia's the same. We have Aboriginals who say that the white man come and took their land. I hate to break it to people, but the land belongs to no one. It was here before us. It'll be here after us. Yeah. And here's another news flash I want to break to the world. Before the white settlers, us, the invaders, came, you Sioux Indians, Navajo, Cherokee, guess what? You used to fucking kill each other. Same with the Australian Aboriginals. There'll be a tribe here near the water. This tribe's in the desert. Oh, look what they got. They got water in that. Let's go down and fucking kill them, or they can join us. That's been going on for fucking before any different race come along. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Let's forget about
dynasties. Like in China, different Chinese dynasties used to slaughter each other to become the biggest dynasty.
Yeah, let's forget about, the railroads and electricity and all the infrastructure that we created. Fuck that shit. You know what I mean?
All the ones that now take the benefits that the white man gives them, but they hate the white man.
Yeah.
And the rich ones that hate the white man will live in the rich, white neighborhood. They don't fucking build a mansion in the ghetto where they say they come from.
Jesus.
Well said.
I just came from the gym and I downed a shake.
Your volume just went off. You got no sound. Sounds like two words.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a bit tinny, but it sounds different. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see if this... how about now? Is that better?
Hold on. I can hear myself when I talk.
Let's see. Hold on. Settings. Audio. I see what happened.
Wiz has a question. Nothing but professionalism here, people. No. Can't hear you now. I see what... I like John. I see what I did, and you can't fucking hear still. Oh, let's guess what he's saying. He says, Lee, you're a beautiful man. But look at that. I can lip read. I've never seen such a better bodybuilder in my life. Keep going. I'm good at lip reading.
You're such a dick.
There we go. I can hear you, man.
Fucking hate you. Douchebag. All right. We're back. All right. What am I grateful for? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Will any of your sponsors have a Black Friday sale?
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
when is it officially Black Friday? I've been seeing this shit for about weeks, and then I saw it today. It says Black Friday goes to the end of fucking November. I'm thinking it used to be one fucking day.
Yeah, I know.
And why do we have this racist term, Black Friday? I don't
know.
Because come Black Friday, they're not paying for shit. They're just taking it and walking out. I've seen the videos.
I'm just waiting for White Wednesday. I don't know.
Tangerine Tuesday.
Here we go. Thinking of starting my first cycle, 250 milligrams of test a week. Just wondering, are UGL labs safe to use with HPLC testing based in Australia? Also, if that matters. You want to take that one, or you want me to take it?
Well, the 250 test is a good level, so that's a good. You're not going crazy there, so that's not bad. You can go with the testing stuff. That's beyond my pay grade.
Yeah. Now, I would probably go a little bit higher than 250. I'd probably go somewhere around 500 milligrams.
And if you're
Underground
listening
Labs.
to John, look what it did for him. So maybe
That's right. Yeah.
listen to Lee, will you?
Yeah. Fuck Lee. Lee. Who's Lee? Lee Priest? Lee who? The Underground Labs, if you are uncertain about the Underground Labs, go to davepalumbo.com, get yourself the Roy tester.
Yes.
And you could test it right then and there, and it'll tell you exactly what's in it. It's actually really simple, gives you some solutions, a color chart. You put a little drop of whatever it is. It'll say if it's Siponate, it'll turn green. And if it turns green, you got Siponate. It's pretty simple.
I got one over for MDMA and all that sort of stuff.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't around. Not. I don't know why I have it, but you never know, John. You just hold on. I did have something before, maybe. Oh, here we go. This is where you come to learn. This is what Bodybuilding Academy is all about.
Oh, okay.
So when you want to have your big nights at home, how to use the test kit, and this reagent tests for those ones. So you use
there you go.
The starts with M. You use this, so you get the 3 different little ones here,
right?
And then you use the Lieberman reagent on these ones if you want to test for morphine, heroin, paracetamol, ibuprofen, ketamine, methamphetamines, NDEA, MDA, MDM, cocaine. And then this one here, you use this agent if you want to test for MDMA, NDA, MDMA, S5 APB, amphetamines, 2CB, PMA, PPMMO, mescaline, methylone, amphetamine, heroin, oxycodone, aspirin, sugar. Yeah, so whatever ones you want to test for, you use the different bottle. So you can be safe when you party. Oh, your fucking sound's gone again, mate. You know what you're doing? Oh, yeah, sounds much better.
All right. Better?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Very good. All right. Awesome, fellas. I'm going to start 250 test E to see how it affects my estrogen, how my body was.
Shouldn't affect estrogen much, that level, that sort of low dose.
I agree. The show the other day was so funny. You guys should do a vid in Vegas. Yeah, we should do a vid in Vegas, actually. Right? That's the plan.
And what we should do one day in Vegas, just get a GoPro and wear it on your head. Just wear it around.
I should, actually. I should definitely. You know, I have a feeling that what we'll do is we'll bring the wives. I'll have to give my wife some money to go shopping and stuff. And then we're going to have to go dick around in Vegas for all of us. It'll be pretty interesting. Do you have any suggestions on what's a good multivitamin to get? I usually stick with like Solgar or a name brand. Nothing, I know Dave has one. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, Dave's was good. I forget what it was called. Was it just Mineralize? I can't remember now. But
yeah.
One, but there's also I normally go like you have the. I guess they say over 50 plus because I'm over 50 now. Should I go for that one? Because I guess they put different amounts of different stuff in. But I always try and get a good brand that just has a sports multi. Generally, they have like multivitamins and that, but then they'll have a sports multi, which they say for sports people because they need a few more extra things. So, yeah, it's fine to get sports multi with a good reputable company. But even now, some of the smaller companies, because, you know, a lot of people test them these days, and if you've got a shit one out there, you don't want to ruin your name. So there are some cheaper ones that are still just as good as the big names because people always go, well, the big name must be better. But generally, it's
I would stay away from any of the synthetic stuff. I would stay away from the Theragram and the Centrum and all that bullshit. And I would stick with an all natural one, to be honest with you.
Well, it's like when those companies got done, remember, with the pain pills when they were marketed, like, say, like an Advil or ibuprofen, but they said this one is just for period pain, this one's for back pain, this one's for neck pain, and they sold them at different prices, but yet that's the exact same thing. Yeah. It's like I'm going to take one tablet. Oh, this one's for my neck, so it's only going to, take away the pain in my neck. It's like, what a marketing scheme that was, huh?
Well, I have a question here from Lee Priest, actually. It says, What juice do you use? Waiting to know so I don't take it.
You got to be careful that Lee Preedy asks some fucking questions.
Oh, you have a threesome story, Lee?
Where's that?
I don't know. It says
Isn't that the one where I told you I was all fucked up and my wife was riding the dude and then my dick was being sucked and I thought, well, it can't be her because she's up there. Who is it? And it was him.
Oh, are you serious? Really?
Yeah. And then somebody asked me on a podcast, didn't you stop him? I said, I was that fucked up. And then I figured if I stopped him, he might think I'm homophobic. So I just let it go.
You know what I love about you, Lee? Your honesty. I love your honesty.
And I finished in his mouth, which was weird too. So,
dear God, man, Jesus.
And I want to tell you something, guys.
Okay, go ahead.
This is because I've been there and done it, even though I was really fucked up. And I just went, just go with the flow. Who cares? It's already in his mouth. What can I do? So it's like I just squeezed the wife's titties. I'm like, this is weird because I'm looking at my no, I was engaged to her. I wasn't married to her then, but I'm doing this and her mouth's there, but I can feel her mouth down there. So it was funny out of body experience.
Yeah.
And as I was going to say, in a dark room, if there's no beard involved, a mouth is a mouth. Trust me. You can't tell the difference.
I can't do that, man. I can't do the gay thing. I can't. I'm sorry. I mean, listen. I wasn't
doing. This is the thing. This only ever happened once, right? And this was early 2000s. And people go, "Lee's bi, Lee's this, is that." I said, "Listen, that happened once when I was fucked up. From that day, I have never looked at a guy and said, I'd love him to suck my dick." Or, I'm sure if I was gay, that's the way you'd think. You'd be like, "No, I did it once. I'd do it again." I've never done it.
I could never have a threesome with another dude, because what if he pulls out this fucking what if it's Bo? Like, I can't. I would just leave. I would just walk out of the room. Right?
That's when you just sit in the corner going.
Yeah. And the other reason why I can't do it is okay, let's say I'm on one end and he's on the other, right? What's the average length of a girl's torso? Maybe like 3 feet, if that, 2.5 feet. I mean, if he shoots and hits me in the chest or the stomach or something like that, bro, I wouldn't be able to handle it.
I did with a mate and a girl once in Texas, a guy I used to train with. My good mate, Rich Ed, bless his heart, sadly committed suicide a couple of years ago. But him and I were doing this girl, and that was I was doing it from behind. He's in front of her, and just looking at him, I couldn't stop laughing. Just like looking at you, mate. High five. So we should go have dinner after this, shouldn't we? Yeah, why not?
Sex to me has to be like cancer, very serious.
And deadly.
Yeah. And okay, now he says, ask him about the coffee table story.
You've heard that one when I did the coke and tied my cock to the coffee table.
You tied your dick to the coffee table.
John, where have you been? You say you're my friend and you don't know some of my best work. What's wrong with you? It's like one of the first times I did cocaine, and I figured, okay, I'll do it. So I put in the coke, and I thought I'll put porn on the big TV.
Yeah.
So do more lines, and now I can think the girl on TV can hear me. So I'm like, "You fucking dirty whore! You fucking take that dick and that." And then I'm thinking, I'm getting a bit turned on here. Maybe I'll have a wank. So I pulled my pants down, sat on the floor in front of the coffee table, got the coke on the coffee table, doing the line, yelling at the TV. And as you do on coke, it suddenly goes, "Damn." And then it goes up, and then it goes down. I thought, this sucks. You're pulling a wet noodle. So I looked down. I thought, fuck, hold on, I got shoelaces. So I tied one end of the shoelace around the head of my cock, stretched it out to the coffee table, and tied the up. You know, you ever seen a barber when they sharpen their thing like this? That's me. I'm stroking it like that. It's tied to the coffee. And I'm still screaming at the TV, "You fucking daddy hole." Then I look over and my cat's looking at me. I'm like, "Don't you fucking judge me, you fucking cat. Who feeds you?" And this sort of shit. And then I stopped mid-stroke and I'm laughing my fucking head off because all of a sudden it hit me. If I fucking die right now, my mum's going to find me with my cock tied to the coffee table, porn on the TV, and coke on the coffee table. Yeah, so that was an interesting evening.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know what to say about that.
Dude, Nike shoelaces are nice and soft if you're gonna.
EP. Hold on. Sent you the link. Okay, there we go. All right. I was gonna say something, but I just this might shock you. I'm not a big cocaine guy.
But nor am I. But when I do, I'm like anything. I don't do anything much, but when I do it, I go all out.
Yeah, apparently, Jesus. I'm not a big cocaine guy. I like I like to chill. I don't like to go crazy. So
that's how I am now. Before I ever had like edibles or stuff like that, THC oil, I preferred that. But now, after a day and you're stressed out and you train, you did whatever, at night time, just have a little bit of oil or whatever, and that nice feeling of relaxing, floating, going to sleep. I much prefer that where you're just relaxed.
yeah, I would like to do that, but unfortunately, I got tested for fucking that shit at work. You know, it's a random drug test too.
Yeah.
So they just call your name out of nowhere, and they're like, "Yeah, go pee in a cup," and you're like, "Fuck." So I always have to stay away from the fucking the weed and all that bullshit, and the edibles. Fucking sucks.
Bring a drug testing kit to Vegas so I can test you every day just to make sure you got drugs in your system. If you haven't, you're going to get a punch in the head.
Oh, here's a good question.
What's 4 a.m. and you're clean? Whack! Get some shit in you.
There was one guy at my job who in the morning they called him to work. They called him in for the drug test, and he fucking went home. He's like, I don't feel good. I can leave. Fucking left.
not suspicious at all.
No, not at all. Here's a good question from EP09. Favorite version of Phil Heath and Ronnie Coleman? Well, my favorite of Ronnie Coleman was 2003 when he was a fucking monster on stage, like 300 pounds.
I like that. I think I still like his 98 when he first came out, when he was shredded with the ripped glutes. The first time we saw him, probably looking that way, huge and shredded.
Yeah, either 98 or 2003. And as far as Phil, I think, when was the first time he won? 2011?
Yeah.
I think that was the first time he won. That was probably my favorite, because that's when he was perfection. It was just so aesthetically pleasing. He had those round muscle bellies. His stomach wasn't distended yet. He was just like the picture of bodybuilding.
Do you find sometimes, in no matter what contest it is, some of the pro shows or when people turn pro, some of their first wins at a big show is when they look their best, and then after that they either try and play a size game and they get bigger, not as conditioned, and but when they were a bit smaller and conditioned, they look bigger. So
yeah, just you got to play to your strengths. That never really works. I've noticed that never really works. Anytime you see a guy that has great structure and conditioning, and he tries to put size on for the next show, if he doesn't put the quality muscle on in a year or two, it never goes over well. No, it really doesn't. And then if you have a guy like a Nick Walker who's just a mass monster and he tries to get too lean and too hard, kind of loses that wow factor, So you just got to play.
That's where, people came in like Derek and Hardy come in harder than Sampson. And then Hardy's like, well, next year I'm not going to come in as hard. See, that could fuck some people up, because now they're thinking, okay, they like Sampson's look, not super shredded, but that's still full and hard, but not like crisp. So now everyone's going to go for that look, and some might spill over. And one guy's going to come in super shredded. The judges go, that's the winner.
Yeah, I think genetics also has something to do with getting shredded, because some people, some guys could just walk around just chiseled, shredded all the time, and then other guys, no matter how hard they diet, like a Samson will never have Hardy conditioning, no matter how hard he diets and whatnot. But that doesn't mean he's not a great bodybuilder. He's obviously a fantastic bodybuilder, but some guys just can't. They just
get that real dry Dorian.
Yeah, they just can't do it, no matter what they do. So I think a lot of it has to do with genetics, putting on size, how you react to the drugs, how lean you get, your balance, your symmetry. I think a lot of it has a lot to do with the.
Even like the glutes. I was never big. As long as my glutes were hard, I was never into. Some guys would just get the real square hard glutes, and some would get all the lines through, like someone's lines, and that's like genetic, getting that shredded and stuff. And because I've seen guys who have had shredded glutes and legs, but their upper bodies are smooth. So
yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah. All right, next question from Wicked Mind Body Soul. What did you think about John A. Light back in the day? He was jacked for a mafia guy. Oh, okay, so that's more for me. Obviously, that's for me. John was really into bodybuilding. I know John relatively well. He's been on my show. I was on his old show. He's a super nice guy. John A. Light Lee was basically an enforcer for Gotti Sr. and Gotti Jr. And he did 16 years in prison. And once Gotti Jr. turned state's evidence, this from what he says, he decided to turn state's evidence. He went on the run in Brazil. They actually caught him in Brazil, so he did 2 years of prison in Brazil, and then they shipped him back here. And he was a dangerous dude. Killed people, batted people out, and he wasn't Italian. He was actually Albanian. And he got to the point where he was so feared that he was kind of treated like a boss. He had his own crew of guys, and he had nightclubs, and he had drugs and loan sharking and whatever you could possibly think of. I even think he had parking garages. I'm pretty sure he had parking garages. And then
Isn't it funny that, like, you look at gangs now, like so-called gangs, we have them here where they think they're tough and shit, but it's even like motorcycle gangs back in years ago had more rules, respect and shit compared to some now where younger kids are coming in and putting it all online and selling drugs, bringing bad heat to the motorcycle gangs. But even the mafia, yeah, okay, they'd kill people, but generally it's people who I'd say deserved or got out of line. But yet, you look at their areas, look at Gotti would have those big street parties and take care of the neighborhood. I forget how much Capone gave away and took care of a lot of people in that area and gave food away and stuff. It's like, they have their rules, and if you abide by the rules and be respectful and shit, it was pretty good. Now it just seems like these wannabe gangsters are just fucking pathetic. It's like they would have been fucking wiped off years ago if they were back in the old days with that.
No, it's the truth. It really is the truth. And the little bit I know about, or what's left in the mafia from the other channel that I do, the Italian mafia, there's a no kill law in New York, so they don't want to do any murders. They don't want to deal with any kind of drugs because they don't want to do what's referred to as football numbers.
Yeah.
So what that means is they don't want to get hit with jail sentences for 20 or 30 years anymore, because that's when everybody flips. And so it's ratting each other out. So they'll do 5 years, they'll do 7 years, they'll even do 10 years. But once you start getting 20, 30 life, so they stay away from murder, drugs, and violence. And the majority of them have like legitimate businesses, and they might do like, racketeering, loan sharking, bookmaking on the side. Really, it's really what it comes down to. So it's not like it was. And the motorcycle clubs are the same way. I interviewed Pee Wee, who's the former leader of the former president of the Las Vegas chapter of the Hells Angels, and he said that there are young guys now that if an angel gets hurt or beat, they won't retaliate because they just don't want to. They don't want to go to prison. They don't want to take that jail time, because now you get caught like that. There's surveillance everywhere. But anyway, so yeah, Johnny Light was jacked. He was in shape. Back in the 90s, him and his whole crew would work out and so on and so forth. But the little bit that I know of him, straightforward dude, not a kind of guy you really want to mess with. But he's older now. He's in his 60s, and he has his podcast, and he does like some movie acting and roles and whatnot. Anyway, okay, next question. This is for you, Lee. What does your shoulder workouts consist of?
Not much.
No?
Well, actually, what did I do? Oh, yesterday I just did shoulder presses, and then I did some cable laterals, and then I did some rear delt machine, and then I did like another rear delt one where you hold the dumbbells behind your back and just go out like that.
Yeah.
Did that one, some shrugs, and then some more little side dumbbell laterals. I still got those little tears in my shoulder, so at the moment I just try and find what doesn't hurt it too bad to do. That's why I just go from one to another.
What about when you were in your prime? 98, 99?
Always. Well, when I was young, I used to always do presses behind the neck. But then after that, I just went to dumbbells. So I'd always do heavy dumbbell presses, heavy side laterals or a lateral machine or cable laterals, and then rear dumbbells, and then rear delt machine, and then shrugs.
Yeah, there's really no, fucking magic system. I pretty much do the same shit. my shoulders have never been that great. So I might do like a lot of drop sets or supersets to try to get the burn, try to get the pump. But obviously, it's comparing apples to oranges. I was an NPC bodybuilder, and you were Lee Priest.
It's just, even like I said, dumbbell press one time, then I might do hammer strength press another time. So just change it up a bit. But you got to remember too, even with shoulders, you read delts and that I see people going way too heavy. They're doing bent over dumbbells with like 100 pounds. It's like, you read delts this big. These people are just using more back and pulling with their arms. It's like, and all I said now, like I said, I think I mentioned before, I like to start shoulder workouts doing rear delt first, because as I said, we get so overdeveloped in the front delt from doing chest and everything, our shoulders pull forward. So if you do rear delts first, you give them a little bit more, you put more into it, and it helps warm your shoulders up and pull them back. So, because normally by the time you had a big shoulder workout after your dumbbell presses, laterals, drop, you get the rear delt, and you're like, I'm out.
Yeah, actually, I do the same thing. I usually start with rear delts. And then go into heavy dumbbell presses. All right, this one's for me. Wicked Mind, Body, Soul. Besides Sean Ray, what other bodybuilders inspire you to get into bodybuilding? Yeah, that is true. Sean Ray was the first guy that I ever looked at and was like, wow, I want to look like that. Obviously, that never happened.
Well, you got a bald head like Sean, eh?
That's about it. Yeah, but during that time, he had the flat top. He was rocking the flat top.
Right.
And I was in high school. So who else? I remember Ferrigno made the comeback in the early 90s, and I was in high school. He was one of those guys. Obviously, Dorian.
Too, then when he made that comeback, Ferrigno.
What happened?
He was massive when he made that comeback. The first.
Oh yeah, it was insane. It was ridiculous. It was insane. I think he came in I think he did it 2 years in a row, right?
Yeah. The second year it was a bit more flatter than that, but the first year, I think it was almost better than he looked back when he was competing with Arnold.
Yeah, he could have been Mr. Olympia. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand why he took the role in the Incredible Hulk. You got to strike while the iron's hot and go get that money. I completely get it. But after, in my opinion, after Schwarzenegger retired, there was like this down period of bodybuilding, the early 80s before Lee Haney and Gaspari came around. And I think if DeFerrigno would have stayed, he probably would have dominated as Mr. Olympia. Because you had Frank Zane, you had
Franco Colombo, Chris Dickerson.
Yeah, Franco Colombo was on the downside at that point.
Chris Dickerson, when he won, looked like shit.
Yeah, Chris Dickerson. He was one of those homosexuals. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yes. Today, I'll tell you a story about Chris. I was at Gold's Gym, and I didn't know he was gay yet, but I heard rumors that he was actually a great opera singer, very good opera singer.
Opera singer?
Yeah.
He is gay. That's gay, bro.
Hey, if we could sing opera, we would. Now, I was doing this back in the day where you wear your tights and that, the hot skins, long tights. And I remember I was doing leg curl. I had white tights on, getting ready for a show. As I'm doing the leg curls, I'm like, this is what I hear. I'm like, oh, Lee, stop it. And I'm like, who the fuck's that? I turn around and it's Chris Dickerson standing behind me making those noises. And I just started laughing. I said, I guess if I turn Mr. Olympia on, I'm doing something right.
I got nothing. I absolutely have nothing against gay people. I'm just not gay. You know what I mean?
That's what I said. I always like when people be like, these gay people better. I'm the same as you. I take people as I find them. I don't care as long as you're not trying to push it on other people and all that shit. It's like,
I don't give a shit, man. I really
what you want to do with whoever, go for it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, me too. But it's the truth. I don't care what you do.
I used to have those friends that were so gay, like, if a gay guy looks at me, I'll knock him out. If he tries anything me, and I used to always ask my friend, I said, what makes you think that you're that good looking that gay people? Oh my God, I gotta have him.
Now, don't get me wrong. If a gay guy does get too close, I do get words that I will catch the gay. like a cold or something. You know what I mean?
Doesn't matter if if he rubs off on this arm, just on your right arm. Next time you're in the urine or you're reaching over to the guy, be that's my arm.
Yeah.
Like
all of a sudden,
what was that movie where the hand was possessed and the hand was killing people?
Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm just talking like this.
Yeah, don't go near John. He's got one gay arm. Just keeps going.
Oh shit! right,
John's
Wiz
like,
asked
let's go
another
for a
question.
drive. I'm like, I'm riding shotgun.
Because like there's this one gay guy that goes to my gym and he wears these really, really short shorts, and then he had on I remember for Father's Day he had this half shirt on and it said "I love DILF," and I was like,
That's
oh.
he's open about this proud. He's having
Oh,
fun with it.
I'd rather it be that. Like there is no reason to hide it anymore. There's no fucking reason. There really is. It's just like nobody gives a shit.
Does he look at you like that girl looks at you at the gym too?
No. No. And I haven't.
Even though people say we're not gay, do you find that they're like, the gay guys don't pay attention to me? What's fucking wrong with me? I'm not that bad looking. At least one could fucking look.
Yeah, no, nobody pretty much pays attention to me in the gym, to be honest with you. But you know what? I'm one of those guys in the gym. Like I like to shoot the shit after my workout or before my workout, but I'm one of those guys that usually wears a hood. You know, even in the wintertime.
They're probably like, oh, there's that fucking weirdo here again. Stay away from him.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like I'll wear, even like in the winter I'll have like a short sleeve hooded sweatshirt or a sweatshirt with a hood up, and even in the summertime I have shirts with no sleeves with hoods. And I just put the hood. So I just get in the zone.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm actually talking about fucking getting in the zone to Lee Priest. It's unbelievable.
Never been in the zone.
Yeah, no, not you. Thoughts on keto low carb diet for getting lean in the summer? If you keep high protein and train the same, shouldn't you lose muscle? Yeah, you will, but you'll get leaner. It's inevitable.
I don't like low carb diets. I don't like low carb.
Sucks, man. I'd rather do intermittent fasting than low carb. Totally would rather. I feel like shit. Like when Dave says that when you feel good when you do no carbs, I've never gotten to the point where I felt good doing no carbs. I don't know what I always felt like dog shit when I did low carb. Always.
No energy. You just can't. Your brain. You just sit there like.
Yeah, exactly. I would so much rather do a 12-hour, 13-hour intermittent fasting in order to get in shape instead of low carbs. The low carb thing kills me. You know?
I just had more carbs and doing a bit more cardio, but I went to 50 grams of carbs. That's the lowest I ever went, and you just feel like shit. Your brain can't function. Then do you have those days when you'd be dieting really strict for a show and you get to the gym and you think, how did I get here? Was that light red or green that I went through? It's like you can't even remember. It's almost like you're on autopilot just going places and you can't remember driving there.
And the worst is how irritable you get, especially when you start kicking in the trend and the halotestin and you want to fucking freak out on it. I can't. It was really the halotestin that used to get me. It wasn't really the trend that made me irritable. The halotestin used to fucking make me so irritable. And it got to the point where I was like, I weighed out all my options and I was like, look, man, I'm in my 30s. I'm competing. I'm not even close to turning pro. I don't feel good when I'm doing this. Why the fuck am I doing it? You know what I mean? I'm never going to turn pro. Well, what's the point? And I just fuck it. I ain't doing this shit anymore, you know?
You realize that, see, you're smart. There's people who now are probably watching this or watch it, and they've been doing that for 20 years and are still doing it.
They're still doing it. And if you say something, they'll call you a hater or I don't need negative people around me. And it's like, well, you know, you're.
But it's like sometimes when I see Dave puts up stuff, Dave has lots of clients and Dave will put up, this is my friend such and such, one of my clients, he just won his pro card in the Masters over 60. I'm thinking, and I look at him and I'm like, why? Like, I understand you love training and that, but
the same.
60s getting a pro card now, like what? It's like, I don't.
Where do you go from there?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Stand on stage next to fucking, you know.
Like I said, I'm all for the training, keeping healthy and that. But once you get to that age in your life, it's like, okay, even if you're not using lots of gear, why be taking that gear anyway and dieting that hard? Where it is unhealthy when you're that lean. So it's like, if I'm in my 60s, getting 65, 70, I'm relaxing and enjoying life. I ain't putting my body through the stress of a contest diet.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I just want to let you know that I am dead ass serious about going to Las Vegas in the last weekend of June. I will be booking it before the holidays. It's going to be part of my wife's Christmas gifts. And
That's your wife's Christmas gifts, but you're enjoying it more than her.
yeah. Well,
It's for you, honey. I'm going to be very
Yeah.
bored. When you're there, she's going to be like, "Are you having fun?" Go, "No, this is your Christmas gift, not mine. I'm just here for company."
I got us some cooking apparel too. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean?
Oh, does she know how to use it, though?
These broads, they got to stay in the kitchen. These broads. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's where they belong. It just kitchen and laundry room, just like in between.
That's right. Yeah. I bought her a dustpan and a broom. Oh, fuck. What do they call the Swiffer? Bought a bunch of Swiffers. You know?
The Dyson to make it easier on herself. I buy it a no color run, color guard, so she can actually put the colors with the whites to save her doing 2 loads.
Exactly. There's some feminist podcast that's going to use this against us. Their head's going to explode.
What a feminist doing on a podcast? They should be cooking and cleaning. They shouldn't have to be on you. Unless they're on there filming how to clean and cook and how to get stains out, they can fuck right up.
Get back in the kitchen, bitch. Oh.
Yeah, go make me a sandwich.
It's funny, but unfortunately, buy her a chain that's only long enough to reach the bathroom, kitchen.
I was thinking of a chain, but maybe get a bungee. So, like from the kitchen to the toilet and to the laundry room, by the time she gets there, it's so tight that she can only come back to the kitchen. The bungee just pulls her back.
Right. Where do you think you're going? Oh,
yeah.
You got to throw in
flying back to the stove each time.
I like throwing in the Andrew Dice Clay. Oh, afterwards. You know, were you a big fan of Dice back in the day?
A little bit. He wasn't too bad, but then I could take him or leave him sometimes.
It gets old. You know,
I like Eddie Murphy. I remember was it Raw or Delirious? Delirious. One of those was good back in the day.
Delirious was the first one. He had the red jumpsuit on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, who I used to like back in the day? Who used to be even worse than fucking Eddie was. Remember Richard Pryor? Some of his.
Yeah. He was the originator. Richard Pryor and George Carlin pretty much changed stand-up.
Did you watch those movies of Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, like Stir Crazy?
Yeah.
What was the other one? See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and
they did 3 together. They did See No Evil, Hear No Evil. They did
Stir Crazy.
They did Stir Crazy, and then they did Silver Train, Silver Bullet, something like that. But here's a fun fact for you, Lee. I don't know if you knew this. Here's a fun fact. Richard Pryor was supposed to be the actual star of Blazing Saddles. And he helped write the script with him and Mel Brooks. And then Mel Brooks was fighting the producers to get him to be in the movie. And they said, absolutely not. We are not using Richard Pryor. And if he would have, that would have been their first movie together, him and Gene Wilder, because Gene Wilder had gotten the part.
Yeah. That was a funny movie, wasn't it? Blazing Saddles.
It was fucking hilarious. Sean Matthews says one of those dog collars that shock you. Shock the if she doesn't pay. Oh yeah, I gotta get one of those things. Yeah.
And then when you're on the couch and she's on her couch, get a cattle prod.
Yeah.
or if she tries to run, get a taser gun so you can shoot from a distance.
Like that scene from Raging Bull when she's cooking the steak.
What was that movie too where they had those collars where the heads would blow off? If you went outside the zone, it would be like beep 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 beep.
Oh my god! Yeah, what was that? What movie was that?
There's one called Deadlock. Deadlock on could have been Deadlock. One was called Deadlock, I think, and then there was another one. Yeah, but so you could give your missus that when she gets near the perimeter, it just goes.
Do you know that there was another fun fact that actually happened to somebody? This guy.
Was that the pizza delivery guy?
Yeah. It was a documentary on Netflix, and
poor
his head just blew off.
Yeah. And it's like they knew they couldn't get to him. He's just sitting in front of the pizza car, and
boom! Wow!
He go whoop.
And it was that
that'd have to be quick though. You'd want to hope that just boom.
Yeah, tell me about it. And then it was that manipulative broad that fucking did it, man.
Yeah. And at first they didn't believe him, did they? They thought he was like faking it or something. It's like,
Do you ever notice that like if you look at a curve, like a bell curve, right?
Mhm.
You look at like the most intelligent people on average will be women. But then at the end, the most like geniuses are all men.
mm-hmm.
Like when you go to the extremes, it's always men. So women are generally more manipulative, but the best con artists are all men, right? Uh, uh, how can I? Yeah, like serial killers are all men. Anytime you go to the extremes, it's always a man. It's always a man. So we have the dumbest people and the smartest people, but in the middle, on average, women are more intelligent.
Oh, is that you trying to get in good with the feminists? Whatever.
Yeah. Women. What does it say? What does Wiz say? Women are the richest because they marry rich dudes and take all this shit. Actually, you happen to be right. If you look at the top 10 most rich women in the world, it is either from divorce or they actually got it from the daddy died. Thank you, daddy. Yeah, they're not starting businesses. No, they're not doing any Amazons.
Tell you, if I was a hot looking chick and I was young, I'd be the biggest whore out there. Fuck it, I ain't giving it away for free. I'll fucking.
Yeah. No, if I was a hot looking chick, what I would do is I wouldn't be a whore. I would target I would do the Anna Nicole Smith thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I would a Hugh Hefner or someone like that.
I get the oldest billionaire that's gonna die in 10 seconds after I marry him. That would. Remember that? Remember Anna Nicole Smith? That was a guy who was like an oil tycoon, and he looked like the crypt keeper that she married.
In a wheelchair and then I forget how many court cases they went through and trying to. The family was stopping it because I watched that.
Yeah, his brother was fighting it. Yeah, and then she fought. And remember, she got the sponsor for Trim Spa because she lost all that weight.
Yeah.
Her
son died, and that sort of threw her over the edge, and then she died. Remember?
Yeah. And there was a comedian. I forgot his name, but he said that when she died, the guy who did the autopsy said, "What the fuck do you think she died from? They found everything in her body but Trim Spa." I started OnlyFans, make $100,000 a year. You know what, dude? The OnlyFans is really flooded. It's not as profitable as it used to be.
You probably have to do something outlandish on.
You got to put that collar on.
Sex by doing parkour and bungee jumping or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Because back in the day during COVID, those girls were making a fortune because nobody could go home. But the last time I looked, from what I understand, the average salary of an OnlyFans girl today, because it is so flooded, is $500 a month. Yeah, bitches and hoes.
Do you get disappointed when there's only $10 in your account?
Yeah, the whole market is saturated. Yes, it is, John. The whole market is oversaturated.
Only $10. I'm gonna have to go to Cameo.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to buy a video. What kind of bullshit is this? All right, Big Lee. Are you going to be joining us Wednesday night?
Well, that's my Thursday, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's Thursday morning. Sorry, yes, that's Thursday morning.
That's like this 12:30 my time Thursday, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I'll let you know if I'm around. I'll send you a message.
You're the fucking best, Lee. And I'm sending you a shirt. I'm getting shirts for all the guys, just as a thank you. So I'm sending you the shirt. I got to spend $30 to get it to Australia for fuck's sake.
I was going to say the postage costs more than the shirt.
It does. This is my fucking, I don't care. And that's why I asked you if you take any supplements because I was going to send you some subs, but you don't. So you're just getting a shirt.
Okay.
All right. Listen, have a good one, man. I'll talk to you soon.
You too.
All right. Later, bro.